We start here. The economic freedom fighters will today launch the Andries Tatane cleanup campaign in Sebokeng. This is south of Gauteng. The campaign involves all structures of the EFF and public representatives engaging in a massive cleanup of communities due to the service delivery failures of government. SABC News reporter Canny Maphanga joins us live for more. Canny, thank you so much for your time this hour. Just perhaps take us through what's happening there now.
Well, good morning to you, Nkolisi, and the viewers at home. Despite heavy rains in Zone 13 of the Sebokeng area, scores of buses containing EFF members are showing up in their numbers to launch, together with EFF leader Julius Malema, the Andries Tatane campaign, the cleanup campaign rather. I'm sure the story of Andries Tatane is well known. He was killed in 2011 while he was participating in service delivery protests. Almost a decade later, and service delivery is still a bone of contention within South African society, and a sore indicator of, if I could quote unquote, status, the haves and have-nots of our society. So the EFF is reclaiming these communities, coming together to clean up and ensure that they are safe and clean environments for communities to live in. To elaborate further, I'm joined by the EFF spokesperson, Mr. Sinawo Tambo. Not quite the circumstances you expected to launch this campaign, but just speak to us a bit about what the EFF is trying to do with the Andries Tatane campaign.
Look, we've launched the Andries Tatane cleanup campaign in memory of Andries Tatane, who we all know was murdered for fighting for service delivery in Vicksburg in the Free State. So in honor of his memory, which is a decade since he was killed by this government that would have rather killed him than provide services to the people, the EFF has launched this campaign to celebrate its 10-year anniversary by cleaning up our communities and rescuing them from the inhumanity of illegal dumping and sewage spillages. So we're launching it here in Sebokeng because the Sebokeng region of Gauteng is one of the filthiest places in South Africa. There's an overflow of sewage, there's an overflow of illegal dumping sites, and our people exist within those inhumane conditions. And we want to say that we're not here to talk to the ANC or those who put us in these conditions, but we're here to talk to our people that let's look after our communities, let's not raise our children with rats, let's not raise our children with filth, let us look after ourselves. And this is the campaign the EFF has launched today.
In this particular area, what is the roots of the service delivery issues? I see behind us there is an illegal dumping site here. How did this community get to the state?
Look, the people of Sebokeng in particular here, people of Everton, the people of Beverly Hills, Palm Springs, have been saying to us that they don't see any service delivery trucks that come here. If they see one once or twice a year. So rubble and garbage is piling up in front of their houses, and they are finding the closest areas where they can throw it away. And unfortunately, this happens to become recreational areas. So sports grounds, open areas, which could be used for recreative purposes, are now being used for dumping rubbish. And it's festering in the community. So those are the most pressing service delivery challenges that these people are facing. They are living with garbage on a day-to-day basis. And here in Sebokeng, and it's next to a clinic, mind you, so you can see the contradiction in terms of the health hazard and a health facility right next to each other. So we're here to say to our people, let us clean up after our communities, and the EFF is going to be at the forefront of that struggle.
And what is the EFF's view on this continuous struggle within certain parts of South African society with service delivery? Years after the democratic dispensation, why are we still dealing with the basics of issues in this country?
Look, the ANC government has neglected our people. They're completely incapacitated to provide services to our people. Almost 163 municipalities out of 257 have completely collapsed. They're unable to provide water, sanitation, or clean our communities. So it's a government that is collapsed in all respects. Yesterday we received the crime stats that have spiraled out of control. 7,555 people have been murdered. Almost 12,000 rapes reported in the space of 3 months, October to December 2022. So we can see all spheres of society are collapsing, and sanitation is one of those. And it's why the EFF has said that we must march for the immediate removal of Cyril Ramaphosa on the 20th of March 2023, because that's why we're living in these conditions. Not even his animals, his dogs, his pets live in the conditions that our people live in. So that's what we're saying. There's no resolution to this problem so long as the ANC is in power.
All right, thank you very much. That was EFF spokesperson, Mr. Sinao Tambo, just giving us a preview ahead of the EFF's Andries Tatane cleanup campaign launch. I'm just going to step out of frame to allow my colleague Kasha to give you an indication of the scene right now as we see it. The event was supposed to start at 11 a.m., but due to the rains, the event was delayed by a couple of hours. We expect that at 2 p.m., EFF leader Julius Malema will arrive to address some of the members, and then they'll begin on this campaign. Over to you in studio.
All right, Canny Maphanga is our reporter on that story for us. Thanks very much indeed for that.